Should help. Welcome. I see somebody here already. Oh, no, I don't. Take your time, everybody. There he is. Welcome back to Paranormal Witchcraft, LLC. This is the channel where we approach the paranormal differently. There we go. That helps the lighting a little bit. So does that. So welcome back to Paranormal Laboratory. I hope everybody had a good day. We just kind of laid around, watched a couple movies, hung out together. Lady Fonda has just gone to bed. She works in the morning. Welcome. How are we, Chris? Good evening. Blessed be. All right. Welcome back to Paranormal Laboratory. Let's turn on our friend. All right. Introduce you to Mr. Hal here again. He said it best. So welcome back to the Paranormal Laboratory right here on this channel, Paranormal Witchcraft, LLC. This is the channel where we approach the paranormal differently than any other investigative team out there. Containment over chaos, evidence over your egos. You get the idea. Before we start, need you guys to understand something. Most paranormal investigators don't fail because nothing is there, nothing is captured. They don't find anything. They have no luck. I can keep going, but you get the idea. They fail because the investigators can't control their fear. And tonight we're going to prove that. All right, like we did this morning, or last night, I'm sorry. By removing the fear, all right, through our experimentation, that is paranormal investigation. In essence, if we pull ourselves back, we pull away our egos and everything else that goes into paranormal investigation, at its truth, what it should be is observance. We're simply here to find the truth. We're not here to tell stories. Those people's lives, the histories of the locations, those people's stories, their actual lives are being used, all right, as a fear tactic. Pennhurst has a long history, blah, blah, blah. Gettysburg, you get the idea. Those people died, and we're exploiting all that in a negative way. Like the people that want to go touring with Annabelle. What are you people doing? All right. That's what we're talking about. What are you doing? Okay. Most paranormal investigators don't fail because nothing is there. Most paranormal investigators fail because they can't control their own fear. And tonight, once again, we're removing the fear. All right. This device has been on, all right, and nothing has happened. All right. One, partly, we're leaving it be. We're just observing as I facilitate. It has free will to do whatever it wants. It can jump into the Tao, all right? It can do whatever it wants at any time. Because I give it respect, whatever it is. We're not going to debate paranormal investigation on this channel that way. We're not going to theorize it. We're testing it live. 2 experiments, same environment, same device, one variable changes. We're going to take the fear out. We're going to remove myself like we have been. Experiment 1, containment, calm, structured, control.
No.
You're supposed to say no for the next one, but good afternoon. The next one will be escalation. It'll be fear, it'll be pressure, it'll be intensity. You get the idea. Do you stay calm or do you react? Perhaps a little bit of perhaps a little bit of both.
Yes.
You get real evidence. Interesting. It gave us an answer on both ends of the spectrum for no reason as I was talking.
Yeah.
So, as you noticed, I stay calm, but I am reacting to it. All right, I'm not going. All right, that's fear, and fear changes the entire to is feeling the same thing you are, and you've stopped observing at that point. The entire environment changes when you let fear take control of the investigation. This is an epoch box. If you don't know what it is by now, Chris follows this channel enough to know. But if you don't know, it's supposed to be used as a measurement tool, not a form of entertainment when it answers us on cue. It is, but it isn't. You know what I'm trying to say here. So, experiment 1, we're going to be starting in a few seconds. So,
No.
This one is containment, though, my friend.
Yes.
Okay, you're okay now? Good. So, we're now going to start the containment experiment, all right, with our friend TZ or whatever else may be communicating with us, if there is something here. We are here during this experiment to remain stable,
Yes.
to remain calm, to do more observing than reacting. Feel free to continue. We're maintaining a stable, calm, authoritative environment. Remember, if you need to use the loop to pause and restabilize, you can do that. All right. Do you prefer this containment investigation technique versus what everyone else is using? You do not. Okay. Do you prefer no investigation of your realm at all? No answer.
Yes.
Okay. Delayed answer. So Spirit Realm says they don't appreciate humans investigating them. And then he just doubled down and said no. As I said no. So I'm going to take that as an affirmation. And again, it answered on cue. All right. But instead of reacting, we need to stay calm. I believe they feel more comfortable when we stay calm, when we stay rational, when we stay respectful to the spirit realm. I have half a mind to believe that they find that to be more positive.
Yes. Yeah.
You can't make up results like that. Okay. So thank you for participating. That's it for the containment experiment. Now it's your favorite experiment that you really don't like. We're going to use, yes, that word. We are going to use the escalation investigation. I know. This is the part it does not like, whatever it may be. I apologize. Are you ready?
Yes.
Somehow I knew you were going to answer me. That is kind of weird. A psychic connection. Note that, Chris. There was a mini psychic connection. I kind of knew it was going to say something. Huh. You might just be the alien Nikki was referring to, huh? All right, so we're going to start the escalation experiment now. We're going to put fear back into this room. We want you to fear me. We want you to fear us, and we want you to participate. We're going to start right now. Why are you here? Do something right now.
Yes.
Okay, so you did a yes. Good. Do it again. Make your presence known again. Say no. Make the dial move.
Yes.
All right. You said yes instead of making the dial move. I don't see the dial moving. Come on, make the dial move. No? You don't want to make the dial move, huh? What are you, chicken? You afraid of us lowly humans? You can't do a simple parlor trick for us? Come on, what do you want? Why are you here? Where are you from? What's your name? What's your zodiac sign? Toot toot!
No, no, no.
I know you guys don't like this very much. I wish the rest of the world would figure that out, but that's not up to us, all right? We're not here to debate the paranormal industry that way. You done playing along? You don't want to use escalation anymore? No? You don't have anything you want to say? No? You're just going to be a coward? No?
No.
Thank you. All right, so we're ending the experiment. Thank you, friend, again. And all respect, just in case. What if paranormal evidence is being triggered by other people's emotional state? What if paranormal evidence is being
Yes.
triggered by people's emotional states? Something I've said in past live streams many times. If your head isn't straight and your emotions aren't straight for the day, you really have no business going to an investigation unless you're somebody who can meditate and calm yourself and get yourself back in balance like a practicer. Then you can. But if you're just the average person and you're not aware that your energy is going to affect places, then you really should just stay away, especially if you're not aware of that. But then again, that's everybody's excuse, is they didn't know, right? So what if the paranormal evidence that people are capturing left and right around us is sometimes being triggered by people's emotional states? I believe that to be fact. Think about it. When you're having a good day, everything goes good, it stays positive, there's nothing bad. But the moment you have one bad thing happen to you in your day, what happens? Your entire day starts derailing. Your emotional state is changed. Your behavior starts changing for the rest of the day. And everything that happens to you is starting to happening to you. You start perceiving as you're just having a bad day.
No.
How do we know you're not creating your bad day? Because you're not pausing and resetting. Something we do in the recovery world. People who meditate will know what we mean, etc. But for most people, they don't do that. They just power through their day.
Yeah.
All right. And if they have a really bad day, what do? They take it out on everything else. And it affects their day. It affects their drive to and from work. It affects their mood, affects their family, affects their work. That's what we're trying to get people to understand here. You're doing the same thing as a paranormal investigator. Makes your brain explode sometimes.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yes.
Once you see the pattern, You'll never look at paranormal investigation again because you just won't be able to. You'll just see it everywhere you look. That person had a bad day and they affected their evaluation or their investigation. They let their fear get the better of them and the investigation got chaotic. Once you see the pattern, you see it everywhere. All right. And it's unmistakable.
Yes.
Which phase felt more active to you guys? Did containment over chaos feel more reactive? Or when we were interrogating the hell out of it and badgering it and making fun of it and being disrespectful? Or now, where it seems to interact all on its own and there's no script it's following? Right?
Yes.
Are investigators creating these conditions? That's the question. Are investigators purposely or sometimes accidentally creating these environments? No. You say no? Why do you say no? Are investigators creating the conditions they call paranormal? It's a fair question. We don't chase the paranormal. We should never be chasing the paranormal. We test the investigator. We test our processes. That's how paranormal investigation moves forward. Right now, it looks more like a carnival, a traveling carnival. And I'm pretty sure that's not what paranormal investigation was meant to be set up as. But look at it now. It looks a lot like a traveling carnival. Okay? Because most investigators are creating the conditions they are calling the paranormal or the supernatural. Thank you, guys. I went with less notes today. But I thought if I did less notes, all right, you guys would enjoy that. Do I need notes? No, I don't need notes. The purpose of the notes are so I stay focused on what I'm talking about. Now, that being said, that was a phenomenal two experiments. So thank you, Chris, for being the only witness. You know, it's funny. Me and Matt talk a lot. And you come up and he goes, you know, you have yourself a hardcore fan, a hardcore dude. I don't even have that. And people like Phil don't even have that. And I'm like, well, that's great. That is great that I have someone like you. But I'm also looking for others like Mr. Chris Stantz that see the value in what paranormal witchcraft is trying to do. All right. The Brotherhood is a completely different story, Chris. And there's a reason why I'm not present on the page right now. And I think you know part of the reason why, since we're the only people on the channel right now. All right. So until I have time to double back and fix my home group, which it's not going to be a pretty sight, but I got to do what I got to do. So anyways, but I do agree with what you said in Messenger earlier. I don't know if it's somebody going from me to you or to others in the paranormal field, but there's somebody on social media or a group of them that are looking for businesses like me or you. So I think you made a very wise call. And I think you taught yourself the lesson I've been trying to teach you for a couple months now. I'm okay with the bet I've made. Yes, I am, but thank you for answering. You do know the backstory, Chris, of what happened on social media, and I have no regrets for that because I have morals and I have integrity, all right? And that's something most of those people don't have. Remember that, brother, okay? For most of them over there on social media, it is about their ego, and it is about the popularity contest. That's just the way some of those people are.
Yes.
Let them be. Okay. Remember that
Yes.
old saying, karma saw that. And remember the other saying, karma
No.
is a what? Okay. That's why I will do nothing to most people. I will let them shit on me over and over and over again, just so it makes them feel good about themselves. And I will do it with a smile. And that's why, Chris, because karma sees everyone, the religious, the practicing, every human being on the planet has to answer to karma. And you can call it God or you can call it gods or goddesses. But either way, any human out there acting nefariously towards another human being on purpose will be dealing with their own karma. That is where the saying came from. It's kind of like in the Bible. We turn the other cheek. And I'm probably one of the only witches on the planet you'll ever hear say those words. That's kind of why I'm kind of a pariah to most of them, because I'm so unique and I'm so authentic, and they, like we've discussed before, they don't like that. Every group of humans on the planet likes one thing the most: conformity. Okay? I don't need conformity. Never have, never will. All right? I'm just one of those rare, authentic people. I can't explain it. I just know that because I am who I am, the way I am who I am, it's really hard to difficult. It's really hard to duplicate being someone as authentic as me. And that's what kills me about the way people treat each other, Chris, like you, is I'm not faking it. Every day I wake up and I'm the same person on camera, day in and day out. All right. The problem that people like me and you have with the rest of the masses is the rest of the masses think that they're better than the smaller guy below them. And they all do that. Whether it's subconsciously or other, they all do it. Okay. And as you've noticed, it is a human pattern, most likely tied to think tank mentality, which is what? It's like the fear narrative. One person believes it, two person believes it, and before you know it, the entire room believes something that only one person experienced. That is the social media app experiment. Wink, wink. Okay? So anyways, another thing I've noticed, JD Vance is going to be coming out in the news, if not tomorrow, very soon, saying something to the effect of aliens are demons. Now,
No.
Where's the vice president when you need him? That would have been classic. So let's talk about that for a minute. All right, so now we have the U.S. government that says something like aliens are demons. Let's unpack that, guys, for the rest of this podcast. It's too good of a topic not to throw in. Look, man, we don't know what these things are. Stop giving them labels. If the proof is out there, show the humanitarian world, the residents of this planet, the proof, and stop giving disinformative labels to things. You're confusing the world, and the world knows the truth is out there. We don't care what the truth is. We just want to know what the truth is. So this is one of those gaining ground sayings you'll hear lately, Chris, if you follow ufology, is that a lot of people think that demons, all right, could possibly be aliens. All right. Great. There's also things like Bigfoot could be interdimensional beings. Well, how do we know that demons aren't all the above? See, if there's real proof out there and it's not being shown, it's investigators like myself that get ruffled because the mainstream news outlets, all they do is take the first phrase they hear and then it's truth. And then all of the internet thinks it's true because some politician said it. And that's what's wrong with the world right now, is people don't know how to use their brains. People don't know how to use their logic. People are looking at mainstream news outlets, which lie for a living, for their truths. This is a classic example of that. All right. So the ufologists and the paranormal researchers, like myself, are all thinking it. It's one of the most popular phrases you'll hear right now is, we think aliens are demons. We think aliens are angels. We think aliens are watchers. Just the truth. So help you God if you're religious, or gods and goddesses if you're not. Is it just so hard to do, to tell the truth as a human being these days? Because it seems to be. It seems to be everything is a form of entertainment. As a human being, I would like to think humanity is more intelligent than cheap entertainment tactics. But here we are, talking about it in a podcast on a channel no one may ever watch. And I know I'm not the only one who thinks this way. These people that get up and say things like that, most of them are probably religious. And so it probably makes them feel better to say things like this, because it would crumble the planet probably to know the truth of aliens for some people. Not all humanity believes that. There's very few people that believe we can't handle it, and I'm one of them. So anyways, I just thought I'd bring that up. And the person that said it was this country's supposed vice president. Go check out a channel called Vetted, Vetted. He's an interesting guy. I follow him. His name is Patrick. He says he lives in Spain, but he's from Texas, and he is a filmmaker, aspiring filmmaker anyways, and he runs a decent channel here called Vetted, and he just dropped that tagline, and so that's why I talked about it. So Patrick from Vetted, if you're out there, I follow you. Thank you for dropping that, right, from the vice president. And it's a picture. If you go check the channel, it's a picture of our vice president, and it just says aliens are demons. All right. There's so many headlines out there about UFOs right now, so many, and this is one of them. And this is why we get up here and talk about this, because there's people out there who don't want the truth to be told. And this is just part of that intergalactic black ops web of confusion that's probably, no doubt, catching fire traction on TikTok right now. Like there's probably at least 1 million reaction podcasters who have found Vetted already, and they're already coming up with something tomorrow. So it just gets dizzying, because there are serious people like myself who have always known his entire life we are not alone. I don't need any world government to tell me otherwise. I'm just one of those rare humans where I've just never pondered the question, because for me, there's no question. We are not the only intelligent species in the universe. We're just not. But to start saying things without showing proof is storytelling, just like the paranormal investigation world. And governments love their storytelling, guys. So keep that in mind. So, that being said, let's shut this down. If you liked anything you heard here today, think about giving us a thumbs up. If you learned anything today, think about giving us a thumbs up or sharing us with your friends. If you really enjoyed this channel, think about subscribing. It really helps the channel grow. Now you'll notice I don't use flashy thumbnails, and I don't do a lot of sharing. I don't do a lot of cross posting, because I've tried all that, and all it does is waste my time and my energy that I can never get back. And so Chris may be the only true follower that Paranormal Witchcraft really has, but it always starts with one. I have the patience to wait for the rest of the 1%ers, right? So you'll also find, Chris, that the longer you stay off of social media, the happier you will be, because you'll realize that everybody there around us isn't really there to be a friend. That's why I haven't been on there. 95% of the people on social media apps are not there to be friends. They're looking for people to be friends because they want to be popular. They want to be seen. They want to have the most followers. They want to have the biggest YouTube channel. They want to have all the money. They want to have all the paranormal glory or all the other glory. It's just not that way here at Paranormal Witchcraft LLC. Contrary to popular belief, and I'll say it again, because I don't have anything to hide, and like I said, my DM's always open. As much as people think I'm an egomaniac, I'm really not. There's a lot of things I do behind the scenes that would probably make people's jaw drop. Like in service, like I give my car away for a year at a time because people need it more than I do. That's a true story. I just got my car back a couple weeks ago. So think whatever you want. All right. I am a good person. I may seem rough. I may seem brash. I may seem unexcusably obnoxious to some, but what I am is myself. I am Tobias Josephson, and there is no one like me, and that is something I actually do take pride in, because that means I am truly being who I'm supposed to be, and I'm not affected by the outside world like everybody else is. I don't have to have the neatest phones or the best clothes or have millions of dollars or have thousands of followers, because that is not what makes this human being happy. What makes me happy is helping people behind the scenes, helping human beings when there is no limelight, helping human beings when there isn't people around me. That is where I thrive the most. So that being said, guys, thank you once again for tuning in. Holy crap, I'm just flying through these things. Yeah, well, let me tell you, my friend, since I went way too fast, I have about 20 minutes to give you of advice. So I did the same thing. All right. It sounds easy, doesn't it? That you can just invite everyone here to support your channel, and then you'll just open your channel. All right. Well, remember the story about Meta? I used Meta because I had a $1 trial over the summer, and so I got 3,400 followers, and then I got that big fight with all of them because they like the escalation investigation because it makes them rich, it makes them popular, it makes them petty. I didn't like that, so I lost 789 in 3 hours. All right, that's what that was. It was a thought experiment to show social media, all my friends, that if you do this, not one of them will be your friends or follow you. And I was right, except for you. You're the anomaly. You're the first person out of all those people to start following this channel hardcore since then. See, what I did was show them that if you buy your following, because that's what you do. When you buy a subscription at Meta, that's what you're doing. You're buying your following. They let you use a little more of the algorithm tweaking for your paranormal or your witchcraft or whatever it is you're into on social media. And so it helps you gain more followers. All right. And so you get a sense of meaning, a sense of pride by that. All right. But it's a false pride. I know people over there that have over 60,000 followers, and they struggle to get 1,000 of those to tune in to any podcast or even to engage with them. What does that show you? Shows you the pattern, which I was trying to show everybody. And everyone over there just, nobody listened. Nobody wants to hear it. They know it's true, but they don't want to hear the truth. It's almost like the Matrix in real life over there right now. Everyone wants to pretend, all right? And that's not what being a human being is. Pretending was never part of being a human being. Performing, maybe, but even then, you take you with you. So just some food for thought, my friend. All right, that's why I did that. All right, and now look. All right, 3,000 people, and how many people are in here with me? You. All right, maybe a couple more that I can't see, whatever. But that's the point, is I have almost 3,000 followers. Where are they? Because I noticed the pattern and nobody listened. All right, so now what am I doing in real time, Chris? Last week I got rid of over 400 people on my page. Didn't say a word to any of them, just bye. Unfriended. Why? What's the point? Right? Most people over there are going to tell you they want to be your friend, but they don't really want to be your friend. If they wanted to be your friend, they would be here supporting you in your live. It takes 50 people to open a channel. You know how long it took me to get 50 people to open this channel? 9 months. You heard that right. It took 9 months to open this channel. And I have a lot of friends. But they're not friends. Do you see the pattern? And people call it normal. That is not a social media platform anymore. I disagree. They can call it a social media platform all they want, but that's not what it is. So, I'll get to thinking about what we want to do on Patreon for Thursday. Maybe I'll keep it tarot for a while, since, everyone in the world on this platform as well for podcasting is a tarot reader, a paranormal investigator, or, you have other niches. But for the most part, it's a pretty large industry, tarot and paranormal on here. So that's why trying to do the popularity contest just doesn't work for me, because to do a popularity contest, you have to be a fake person. You have to be more ego. And as much as I know how to use my ego as the next guy, I also know that sometimes it's indicative to what I'm trying to do. All right. Point in case over the summer, even though that was a thought experiment, look at all the months I wasted feeding those friendships, supporting those people. Where are they now? Not in here with us. Does that upset me? Sure it does. And it would upset anybody, but just because everyone is the way they are doesn't mean there aren't good people out there as well.
Yes.
There you go. So it just takes time to do it this way. It is kind of more like fishing. You have to be patient. You have to let the tide roll to you. And so more Chris Stantz can follow and find people like Paranormal Witchcraft and Tobias Josephson. All right. It's just the problem is there's too many others. All right. And I and this group get lost in translation. But in time, through consistency and patience, we will come out ahead. Just takes time, my friend. But yeah, I just thought the alien thing was just, look, we don't know what they are. And if somebody does know what they are, they need to start talking. All right. Because the rest of the world is making up all kinds of names for these things without showing any proof of why. Now, it's probably one of the most logical things we can say about aliens, but without actual proof, like breaking into the Vatican or whatever it is we got to do to show the proof of why that was said.
No.
All right. Then we're talking. All right. But to just slap these labels all over the place just to hook people in. I don't know. You know, there's enough of us who just want to know, what is it? Where is it? What are they? Where do they come from? Etc. We don't need all the fancy names, the fancy theories, the fancy hypotheses. We're tired of all the grainy military footage, etc., etc. We could keep going, but the world's governments know all this stuff already. And that's why they're trying so hard to throw these disinformation tactics in our face. It's like throwing sand in the ufologist's face, because they really don't want to admit that we're closer than ever to the truth. And so now they're starting to make more labels, more distractions, get people looking the other way again. All right. So take all that for as you may, my friend. I'm going to get off here. Have yourselves a good night. We'll see you at 11 a.m. with Paranormal Laboratory once again. Thank you for being a hardcore follower, Chris. I would assume that Chuck just has too many tech issues to try to tune in, poor guy. And Truth Tarot, don't know. All right. But nonetheless, we'll see you in the morning. Thank you for being a hardcore follower, whatever you call yourself. I call you a friend. So have yourself a good night, my friend. We will see you in the morning. Blessings and blessed be. And to all the new people out there, merry meet and blessed be. Goodbye us out. We are Paranormal Witchcraft, and this is the channel where we approach paranormal differently.